Happy Tuesday, April 7th. No, 8th. 6th, no, yeah, 6th, 8th, April 8th. Sorry. When you're retired, all the days blend together. So, I'm going to start a new video compilation series, whatever. On Wednesday nights, I cook at one of our churches. My husband's a pastor, so he pastors. Papa is a pastor, so he pastors two churches, but our son is also a pastor. Sean pastors at a church in Monett, where we have officially joined, even though we don't get to attend very often. But our intent is when we fully retire, we will, excuse me. I don't know what I just swallowed, but I swallowed something wrong. Anyway, when we fully retire, that will be our home church. So anyway, because once I retired, I was kind of looking for things to do and places I could be in ministry. I offered to cook for their Wednesday night small group. And so every Wednesday, unless we're out of town or something happens, I'm not locked into it if I have something else that I really need to do, but I try to make a commitment to be there. So since about October of 24, I have been cooking for, on average, 50 people every Wednesday night. And I have some wonderful people that help at the church that just couldn't do it without them. But anyway, I try to start doing some of my prepping and some stuff on Tuesday if I can. And in this situation, tomorrow night, we are having a loose meat hamburger slider. And there's a recipe for it, and I'll try to link it if I can figure it out. But I'll do that video tomorrow. But today, we're also having pasta salad. So I'm going to have two different kinds of pasta salads, plus a gluten-free pasta salad. We have some gluten-free people, we have some sugar-free people, and we try to kind of provide as much hospitality to that diet requirement as we can. Anyway, so I'm going to do the pasta salad today because it really tastes better after it has kind of melded in your refrigerator for a few hours. 24 hours is better. And I think it's just going to be a better pasta salad if we do that. So I'm going to start. I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. So it's going to be a pretty hearty pasta salad. Rigatoni would not be my pasta of choice, but it's what I happen to have. So I've got 2 boxes of that. I also have a box of this chickpea rotini that is gluten-free. Rotini is what I would prefer to do, but I don't have that in the regular. I also have some veggies. I have some zucchini. I have some peppers, and I will use all of these. I have some broccoli, tomatoes, an onion. I have some black olives coming in my Sam's pickup today. I also have some cubed cheese, but I will also tomorrow put some shredded cheese on top. And the meats that I have are a hard salami, a more spicy salami, and a Black Forest ham. The dressings I'm going to use are going to be the Italian. This is the Aldi version of Olive Garden's Italian. And then also a ranch dressing. Now normally if I were going to make this for just my family and not for 50 people, I would probably go ahead and make my ranch dressing and maybe add a few more things to the pasta salad. But there's also a pasta salad that I have that's made out of tortellini and asparagus and black olives and mushrooms and a balsamic dressing that's really good, but I don't think that would be as generally accepted as these two flavors. Jack, that one is Jason's favorite. Papa, what you need?
Just go leave.
Oh, okay. All right, Papa's gonna go play pickleball.
Yahoo!
Yahoo! That's his Tuesday and Thursday afternoon. And don't forget Sam's this afternoon after you get done at pickleball. I'll text you and remind you.
I got Sam's and I also got the glasses.
Oh, good. Papa can't see anything right now, and so as he's driving, Papa can't see anything. So he's gonna get his glasses. He's gonna pick up his glasses. So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do first. I'm gonna pause you, and I'm going to get all my veggies chopped up, and then we'll start assembling once my pasta's done. So pause you go. There's Papa in the background. Pause you go. Do I know how to pause? I don't know how to pause. Okay, had to figure out how to turn it around. So, I'm back. Now I have cooked my 2 pounds of rigatoni pasta. Again, I said I would rather have had maybe another kind that was a little more curly, but I didn't have that. So I've cooked that and it is draining. My gluten-free is still cooking. And I've got all the vegetables at least prepped. So in my bowl, you can see I have tomatoes, broccoli, and I have some onions. Finely chopped and then not so finely chopped. I have my zucchini that I've peeled kind of pretty. And I am going to go ahead, because people may not want a chunk of zucchini, so I am going to go ahead and cut this into smaller pieces. You could use a cucumber if you wanted to, but I hate cucumbers. The only good cucumber is a pickle. So, cut these up. I'm going to start with one. And what I'll do is my extra veggies, if I have any left over, which I'm pretty sure I'll have a little bit, is I'll make a veggie tray with a little ranch dip in it, just for people that may not like pasta salads, may eat a vegetable. I have a 17-year-old grandson that wouldn't touch a pasta salad if he was starving to death. But he will eat, surprisingly, he will eat celery and carrots. Raw. Only raw. Only raw. That would be Kate. So I'm going to cut all of this up. As part of the situation on Wednesday night is that I do try, I believe in radical hospitality, so I do try very hard to cater to people's, not necessarily all of their dietary preferences, and I'm always going to cater to my grandkids, but all of their dietary preferences, but at least their dietary needs. That's why I have a gluten-free option, because we have 4 gluten-free people, and a sugar-free option for dessert, because I know we have at least a couple of diabetics. But what I have found a lot of times with people who are not celiac or type 1 diabetic is that they will kind of pick and choose what sugar they have. And I guess that's perfectly fine, because if they can work it out, that's up to them. I know Larry's that way. Okay, so I have those veggies. The only thing I have left to chop are my peppers. And I'm going to start with a handful here of a little bit of each color. I have cleaned them, and I have taken the little bit of broccoli on that one, taken the white stuff and the seeds out. So then I'm going to cut these into very small little, well, not hugely small, because there's differing philosophy on that. I am of the opinion that you're going to pick through it, and if you see something you don't like, if it's big enough you can take it out, you will. But if it's small, you can't really camouflage it as something that's uncooked. If it's cooked, it's a little bit different. But uncooked, you really can't camouflage it. So I know that there's differing thoughts on that, but that's my thought, and I'm cooking, so that's the way I'm going to do it. So anyway, we're going to do these peppers. We're going to put them in. And what I'm doing is I'm putting all of my veggies in, and then I'm going to separate them out according to the type pasta salad. They're both going to have the same veggies. I do have a really good pasta salad that's got pineapple in it and some poppy seed dressing, but I have a couple of people who can't have the citrus. Weird, I know, but they can't. It's a histamine thing. And so I don't make that one. If I do, I do intend to make it at some point, but if I do, I will make it as an alternative. I don't care for green peppers. I like the taste of it and stuff cooked, but it doesn't like me. But these are mild enough that I can have these. The reason I leave things big enough is because I have an aversion to cucumbers. Like I said, I don't like them. And so if I'm going to have a salad and it's going to have cucumbers in it or anything, I don't want it tasting like a cucumber, and I want it big enough I can pick it out. I used to have a little dog that, Sadie, that we would, I know we're not supposed to, but we would feed her leftovers. And she loved salad, believe it or not. Loved salad. But she hated mushrooms and black olives. So if the salad had mushrooms and black olives in it, I would find a little pile of black olives and a little pile of mushrooms after she had eaten everything. We thought that was hysterical. Okay, so the only thing I have left to cut up is the meat. I'm going to hold off on that because I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to put the same thing into both. Let's check on the low carb. Alexa, how much time is on the timer?
There are no timers set.
I set one, Alexa. Alexa has a mind of her own, and she doesn't always do what I ask her to do. Let's see how it tastes. Oh, those are done. That's done by the checker. Okay. So, I don't want to cross-contaminate at all. They are not celiac. So, but it is a health issue. So I don't want to do anything to make anyone sick, of course. But it's not like I have to have a totally gluten-free kitchen. So I'm going to cut up a couple of more of these and put in there, and then I'm going to put the rest of them over here to the side, and we can add if we need to. There's going to be a lot of stuff going into this pasta salad. The rest of my menu, I think I might have said earlier in an earlier one, that is going to be, I'm going to put these over here so we can maybe use those on our veggie tray. I don't know if I need them or not. Is, let's see, we're going to have loose meat burgers, which is kind of like a slider. Well, it is a slider. It's on the Hawaiian rolls, and you take your hamburger meat and you cut it, you cook it, brown it with some seasoning, and you add to that, I add a little bit of very finely diced onion, Worcestershire sauce, a little bit of a honey Dijon mustard, just a tiny, tiny bit, and a little bit of cheese to kind of bind it, and then of course salt, pepper, and a little garlic powder. And you cook that down and then drain it really, really well. And when it's done, you have your Hawaiian rolls that you have a bed of cheese on. I stick my bottom Hawaiian rolls in the oven for just 5 minutes to kind of toast them up a little bit so that they don't get soggy. The worst thing in the world is a soggy Hawaiian roll. I guess I just don't like soggy stuff. Anyway, put the cheese down, put that down, put another layer of cheese, put the top bun, and then just take some butter and a little tiny bit of Worcestershire sauce. Not a lot, because there's people that don't like that. And just brush across the top. In fact, I actually do one that I just do butter. No, nothing else, because maybe add a little bit of garlic powder to it. But because there are some people that just don't like the taste. Hence my grandson, Kate. So I do that kind of for him. Okay, so to this, you can see that I've mixed it up. Lots of veggies in there. And I will judge it as I go to cook it. To put it together, I'll judge it to see if I need any more. I'm going to cut the meat up, and when I come back, I will start assembling. I'm going to pause you. Actually, I have to stop you because I don't know how to pause. I switched phones to my iPhone, and I don't know how to pause. Take 3. Okay, so I have my 3 different containers here. I have the one that has all the veggies in it. I have my gluten-free pasta, and I have an empty one that I'll do one of my others. I have 2 full pounds of pasta here. So I'm gonna take it and I am going to put half of it in that container, or as close to half as I can get. I've drained it really well. It's not real cool yet, but I have drained it really well. I'm gonna put it back right over there. Stir it up a little bit and see if I can get the rest of it to drain. It's already beginning to get a little stuck together. Then I am going to put this amount of meat to begin with, which is about half of this package, maybe 2/3. And I'm gonna put all of that in there. The other one, I also have honey ham, and I might just do ham in this one to see if, I can have 2 options. Okay, so I got that in there. Give it a stir. See? Can you see that? I think you can. I think you can. So I'm gonna put in part of my veggies. Not even gonna do a full half yet, because I don't really want to have to do more for the gluten-free. The gluten-free was not as popular last week as the other one was. Now, like I said, I'm also going to be adding to this cheese, but not until tomorrow. Black olives, and not until they get here this afternoon. And then I'll play it by ear at that point. So, I think this one, because it has the salami in it, and I'm probably going to end up adding the turkey to both of these. Salami and turkey to both of them. Only because I just think it goes well together. So, let's see what one bottle will do. I'm not able to pause on that phone. I switched to my iPhone, which is just a little glorified iPad mini one, because I don't have a service on it when I switched to Android. But I did that because yesterday I had so many interruptions, which now that I think about it, I probably ought to go find my phone. I had so many interruptions that I just was constantly stopping and starting, and I got all confused and lost track. And now tomorrow, what I'll probably end up doing is adding some more dressing to this, because it does absorb it, but that's what makes it good. I'm going to add a little bit of seasoning to it later, not right now. I'm going to let it absorb everything and then kind of go from there. Got some trash over here. So anyway, that is what it looks like. Looks really good. I do think I'm going to add the ham to it as well. I tried to order some little ham cubes, but Walmart was messing up my order. So I'm just going to take about half of this. They're slices, and I'm just going to cut them in kind of chunks. That's heavy. And I'm just going to break it up and put it over the top. Since this is Italian, I will probably add a little bit of basil. Sprinkle a little bit of basil over the top of it, dried. Don't have any fresh. If I had fresh, that would be the way to go. And once I add the olives and the cheese to it, this will really come together. But you can see it doesn't take long to do this. You get a lot of bang for your buck. Going back to the menu for tomorrow, I'm going to have these 2 salads. I'll have a veggie tray and veggie and meat and cheese tray with anything that's left over. And I will also have chips, and I'm going to make some dip. I'm going to make French onion dip. And I'll probably make some ranch as well, and have that there with the little veggies. And then I will have ice cream sundaes for dessert. I have some cookies and ice cream sundae for dessert. Now I'm going to do the gluten-free one. I'm going to get another utensil because I don't want to contaminate that. Even though, like I said, they are not celiac. I still don't want to cross-contaminate. And I'm going to wait on the dressing so that I can find out, read the ingredients and find out exactly what it is. I know that the deli, this does not have any gluten in it, but I'm not sure about the ham, so I'm going to have to double check that. I have a grocery pickup tomorrow in Monett that I can add to if I find I need something, and I can add that last minute. As long as the pasta melds together, then the rest of it, it's okay. So I think I'm going to do a little bit of the pepperoni, but not a ton. Or sausage, salami, not sausage, salami, but not a ton. And I'm going to put that in there. And this one is going to be the ranch one. You don't have to put a ton in it. You just have to put enough to really kind of get a little bit of the taste. Because once it starts blending. Now, I cook for 50 people. We don't usually have that many, but we have the potential of having 50. And I set a self-imposed budget of that I would charge the church $100. But I knew that I would not be able to feed 50 people on $100. I mean, I just knew that that wasn't going to happen. So my goal is that I serve them that doesn't want to come off, that I serve them a good meal so that they don't feel like they are getting shorted on anything. Not shorted, but they don't feel like we're just skipping. But I feed them a nice meal and try to keep it at $3 a head. So my top budget is $150. But right now we've just been going with, man, I can't get that open. There, I got it. So $3 a meal. And you know, I look at some of these online things that other YouTubers do where they do these budget-friendly meals, and they do like 8 people or 5 people for $20, and I'm thinking, I'm right about at that, and I'm trying really hard not to make it a budget meal. I'm trying to make it something that they don't feel like they're being slighted over. Not that they are, but it's not like I'm trying to shop the Dollar Tree because I do shop sales, and I plan my meals sometime around what is on sale. One of their favorite meals is that one where you do the stovetop stuffing, but you can make your own stuffing or use stovetop. I might start with a stovetop base, but you couldn't tell it was stovetop by the time I finished with it. Okay, so we're going to mix this up, and I can tell you right off the bat, I'm going to need more than 1 bottle of ranch dressing, I think. I shop Aldi where I can because I don't think that Aldi is all that much cheaper, but I do think that there are certain things that are cheaper. And so I know kind of what that is, and yeah, that's pretty good. I think I'll start with 1 bottle. I know what those things are, and so I try to do that. If I go to Kansas City, I can go to their, I don't remember if it's Price Cutter or Price Chopper. I always get it wrong. Or I can go to Hy-Vee and get some of their sell stuff. This will be the first one to go. I can already guarantee you this will be the first one to go. I'm gonna wait on the other bottle of ranch. Don't want it to be too soupy. I'm gonna also wait on adding the cheese and anything else to it until tomorrow. And we're gonna let that just kind of meld together. Now let's see what in my gluten-free. Remember, I saved my spoon. Let's see which one of these dressings have no gluten in it. This one does not have any gluten in it. I don't imagine that one does either, but I have a feeling that my gluten-free people will like this one a lot better. So that's good to know. You know, when you shop at Aldi, there is one thing that you can be certain of, is that they're not going to use certain things like red dye and stuff like that in their products, because they're a European company and that is banned in Europe. We need to ban it here too. I got two little grandsons that can get wild as all get out when they have red dye. So I try to honor their parents', oh my goodness, their parents' wishes, and not get them that. I'm going to go in with about half the bottle, stir it up. I've not added any meat to this yet, so I'm going to have to cut some more. I don't mind doing any of the gluten-free or sugar-free stuff. It comes out of we've decided for it to come out of a separate budget because it is a little bit high, and when I threw them out of price, I didn't really take that into consideration, so we're taking it out of a different pocket. Okay, don't have the salami and stuff in that yet, but I'm going to add that. I'm going to take these other things, I'm going to cover them with foil, put them out in the refrigerator. On top of them, I will put their cheese, like each one has one, and then I'll take a little bit from each one to put in here. And then I also have shredded cheese to go in there. If I need more tomorrow when I find it, I will add it to my Walmart delivery. I am a little bit under budget this week, and so that helps. I did not count the veggie tray, but those are all extras. And I think we're pretty good at this point. So I'm going to sign off for now. And then tomorrow I'll do the hamburger sliders, and I'll do the prep for the dessert and anything I need to do for this stuff, and we'll have chips and dips, and we're gonna call it good, and I'll let you know what it looks like. Bye-bye.